Then from there we're going to add the other crust on top of it. Brush it a little bit more, and the crust is a golden brown. Then we're going to finish it off with just a little dusting of cinnamon and butter on top with some brown sugar sprinkled on top. With like a little bit of stevia and brown sugar drizzled on top. That way it gives it like a nice little crunch once you break right through it. So, we're ready to clean up. 3 minutes. We're going to check back on our crust and we're going to go on to fill it up. Now just clean as we go along. Again, that is our filling for our peach cobbler. We basically just changed the sweetener out of it. Instead of just using just regular white sugar, we decided to use the stevia sugar, which is supposed to be better. And it also measured up just like regular sugar. Like I said, you can find this at any store, right inside the baking section where you get your sugar and your flour from. It's usually on the top shelf area. So with this, we just want to make sure that we always keep an eye on our crust. With baking, everything has to be precise when you're baking certain things. Just the tiniest thing we just set it over. It's like anything else. Like if you, like a measuring spoon is going to be different than a serving spoon that you eat your food with. The measuring spoons are measured out to be that specific amount for anything that you are baking or cooking with. Baking in general, it's a science that actually has to be measured out to that exact thing. Otherwise, one thing's gonna overpower as far as flavor, or it's just gonna come out all wrong. Whereas like something might, like if you're making a cookie or something and it's supposed to hold together, if your measurement is off, it'll end up flattening your cookies or your cakes or pies or whatever you're doing. Making things either a lot messier or it's going to be a mess all the way around. It's not going to be the consistency that you're looking for. The flavor is going to be totally wrong, and then you were wasting money and time, and you would have to start all over again from square one. So we're about a minute out on the pie crust in the oven right now. I'll check it right here. Slowly but surely it's getting there. Say about 1 minute out. Crust is coming along. Then I'll set it for like another 2 minutes just to make sure. Then we got a filling right here, which is basically the stevia sugar, the peaches, the cinnamon, along with just a little bit of brown sugar in here, and cornstarch. When we bake it, the cornstarch will help hold it together to make it more so like a filling, making the filling a little bit more tighter. Alright? And like I said, with this, once the bottom crust is done, we're going to take that out. We're going to put this filling right inside there. Then we're going to top it off with the other crust. So brush it with a little bit of butter and let it finish out in the oven. And make sure that crust is golden brown. We're at least going to let it go for like another 20-25 minutes or until the crust is done. And that it heats up thoroughly all throughout the cobbler. Then garnish it and finish it out on the top with a little bit of butter, the stevia sugar, and a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon. Hopefully this will not be too crazy. It should be simple enough that anyone will be able to do this recipe from home. If you're a diabetic or something, if you want to just keep everything stevia, do the stevia or whatever sugar substitute that you will find that'll be better for you. They have Trivia, I believe. I think that's the name of another one. They have Equal. Well, this one I find is pretty good sugar substitute. We made a batch of cookies earlier today with the sugar, and we didn't really taste that much of a difference with the sugar. So, like I said, with this, we're going to go with this one right here all the way through. You don't have to add any, if you're trying to make it for yourself at home, maybe you want to cut out brown sugar and just go with that. That's perfectly fine as well. But here with this one, we figure we go with both of them with just less of the amounts of the brown sugar. Okay. Alright, the crust is almost there. It's a little doughy, just a little bit, but it should be fine. Alright. Alright, so from here, we're going to start putting in the filling to our cobbler. We're going to add that to our crust. Add that right inside there.